Good afternoon. Welcome back to the stock market update video, and this is where we do support and resistance levels analysis as well as the most likely scenario prices heading into for QQQ, Sp500, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. So I'll give you guys my unbiased opinion of the market, because I'm currently not in the market. So let's take a look at QQQ. And QQQ, yesterday I was talking in my Discord. It's all free. You guys can join, come hang out. It's in the YouTube bio. And yeah, just click the link, come talk about stocks or whatever. And so I talked about it where yesterday I was saying, even though we closed yesterday at a flat day, there was bear control because we pretty much just gapped up, and pretty much the entire day we had a confirmed an hourly downtrend. And you guys know where I talk about hourly downtrends a lot. It's the very first thing I want to see after signs of reversals. And we pretty much have been going straight up for QQQ in the past month with zero signs of reversals. Maybe like, one slight red day here, flat. Yeah, to just say we haven't had much. So the first thing I said during that whole move up, I said I want to see an hourly downtrend confirmed before I even think about shorting. And so we go to the hourly time frame, and for the whole charts from ever since we confirmed hourly uptrend here, move up, pivot being set, higher low, and a higher high. So that's an hour uptrend confirmed. And this whole move up, we did not see an hourly downtrend. Drop, bears failed to confirm hourly downtrend. We go straight back up. Big up, bears failed to confirm hourly downtrend here as well. Straight up. Big enough drop, same thing, failed. Big enough drop. Almost confirm hourly downtrend. Got a double bottom there. And nope, just kidding. And finally, we got one here. So yesterday, I remember mentioned that we want to be a little bit more cautious into today because we did just see some bear follow through on QQQ with an hourly downtrend here. We have a slight gap up in the morning, and you can see that we got a good follow through from QQQ. And where would we go from this point on? And pretty much we need to still break this sideways range. We did break this sideways range slightly. You can see the follow through we got, and then we bounced pretty much exactly into this range. But even though we had 2 days of sellers being slightly in control, doesn't mean they are going to take us really anywhere at this moment. We also bounced off of the 12 EMA, which is this teal looking line. It likes to act as support when we're above it a lot of times. You can see we act as resistance when we're below it. So that was our very first day of testing it, and we usually bounce off of it the first time we test it, especially with such a strong move. Now the question is, can bears break the 12 EMA and this sideways range that we have been forming for our last 2 weeks? We decided to get below this one, but now we close back above it. So it's still a slight win for the bulls, I would say, at close to the end of the day. We had a big move up. If it wasn't for that move, I would say it would be a slight win for the bears because we were back above 388 and 387. Yeah, so we can just slowly grind back up, and this could be a possibility as well. When we confirm an hourly downtrend, means the whole chart is gone because we still have a structure of weekly uptrend still intact. Daily uptrend is still intact. 4-hour uptrend is still, let's take a look here. 4-hour uptrend is still intact. If we count the overnight bounce, and this is a 4-hour downtrend. But not much follow through until we break this. So I would like to see a 4-hour downtrend confirm in the regular trading hours, but that's more meaningful. But that's still a slight shift in narrative. We haven't confirmed also a 4-hour downtrend for this whole move up, you can see. So tomorrow we have some datas coming up as well, so we got to be a little bit cautious, and let's see if bears will show up again and bring things back down to this range. Otherwise, it'll just be a consolidation. We got our very first hourly oversold as well over here for this entire move up. So usually bulls buy that dip, especially the very first one. When we had such a strong move up, you can see this whole move up, not a single time we got hourly oversold. So that's also a factor as well when things get only the very first one counts. So Buy that top. And so now these bearish jobs, take it back down after that hourly oversold bounce. Yeah, pretty key tomorrow actually. So if bears don't show up tomorrow, then this could just slowly grind back up again. And yeah, so we'll see if that happens. And this will form a little megaphone here now on the daily. If it continues to do that, then we may just hit there, come back down. See. Higher highs, lacking follow through, lower lows, lacking follow through at the moment. So that's a megaphone pattern. Right? The reason I talk about QQQ so much because QQQ leads SPY very often and vice versa. So although SPY held very well today because all of its sectors are rotating. So you guys know where I talked about when sectors are rotating, there's not a lot of fears in the market. So QQQ was pretty much the only one dropping. While other sectors like the financial sector was green, right? So there was not a lot of fear overall in the market, especially when that happens. And bulls will love to see money rotations in the market because this means that there's no fear. And if you want to see fear in the market, you want to see all the sectors dropping together to the low of the day at the same time. So I think that was why we had such a strong bounce into the end of the day because it was just only QQ dropping and other sectors are doing very well. And they held the support, bounce off of here, bounce off of here. Hourly oversold? Nope, we did not get hourly oversold on SPY. Yeah, SPY trade is extremely healthy still. Although we did break above, lacking follow through it, but we're still back above within the high of the range. Now we're back striking distance of our recent high. And we didn't even test the EMA 12, so SPY is a lot stronger, outperforming lately after QQQ was leading. So now money is rotating into other sectors. So that's a good sign. So as long as it continues to do that, no signs of red flags for bulls. Tomorrow, if we do break above today's high, then we're looking back above this 458 high for me as resistance. Just a small hourly downtrend, lacking follow through. Much same with QQ. We came down, tested the range. QQ was a lot weaker. QQ was testing here, while SPY didn't even break this sideways range much. Yeah, we didn't even break this one to test this one. So no red flags yet, but we'll take it one day at a time, and we'll see tomorrow if QQ bears shows up again. And let's see when QQ bear shows up again tomorrow. Will other sectors be a little bit more weak, or continue to be money rotating into the financial sector, healthcare sector, whatever the other sectors are, right? And so we'll see if that ends up happening. So Nvidia bear flag. This is a 4-hour bear flag, pretty much hourly bear flag forming at this moment. You can see it take the top of the move, bottom of the move. We barely bounced up to 0.382. So we're still, as long as it doesn't bounce above 0.382, it's still a bear flag. So if we roll over, break today's low, I'm looking down at 460. If that bear flag confirms. This was pretty much what was dragging down QQQ today, as well as other big tech stocks. And it makes sense. We've been running quite a bit, so pullback was inevitable. Slight bounce above, lack follow through, came through it below. Yeah, if that bear flag confirms on the hourly, we're looking back at 460. And if we can negate that bear flag, so by negating that bear flag, we just got break above that 0.382. Then we're coming back up to test this sideways structure around 476 and 480. But the first step for that is we got to negate that bear flag, this bear flag right now. All right, Tesla, let's take a look. So after its event, had some momentum into the event, hit the 251 resistance on, and it came back below. So as long as it holds above 12 EMA, this teal looking line, which we bounced off of it recently for 4 times already, and slightly got really closer today, and bulls are okay. Uptrend is still intact, but let's take a look at an hourly. Hourly little bit down. Okay, let's see. Did we break that 12 EMA? 232. EMA is at 200. Okay, so we broke the EMA 12 on the hourly. I mean after hours. So we're below that, and now that's going to act as resistance. So tomorrow, if we bounce back up to the 12 EMA, which is currently at 236. So tomorrow on the hourly, if we bounce back above 236, hits that level, and it starts acting as resistance, then we're probably going to go lower. Because you guys don't want to talk about back tests. If we bounce supports, prior support become resistance now, then we're going to head lower because of the back test rejection. But if we do get that there and straight back break above it, then that's a very good sign for the bulls. And we're probably solid. And we're looking back up at 239, 240-ish zone again. But we'll have to see which way they can break back above the 12 EMA tomorrow, around 236. And why is likely more downside. All right, Apple. So also bounced off the 12 EMA. It looks like a bull flag at the moment still, because the size of the pole. It's really hard to chase much if your size of the pole is this big. As we'll measure from here, it's just a big bull flag from the pivots. Yeah, we're close to 23% at the moment. So we gotta get back to 38.2%, that yellow box, for it to be negating the bear flag. But at the moment, 12 EMA is gonna be a super support for Apple because it loves its 12 EMA. You can see all this trending for 3-4 months. I remember talking about it here, and especially on the 2-day time frame as well. If it breaks the 12 EMA on the daily time frame, we go to the 2-day. And currently we bounce off of it, obviously, because the first time that we tested that for the earnings. So it's been a while, for a whole month. So my expectation is if we do break below 12 EMA, then bears are really showing us something. At the moment, no signs of that yet. We bounced off of it today, and let's see if, yeah, we're V-shaped today from it. But we're still not above 190 yet. So let's see if bears can reject the 190 and then come back down again to test the 12 EMA again. If we do break above 190, we're back looking up at probably 191 again, top of this range. Okay, so no red flags for Apple at the moment. Amazon, let's see. Same thing, bounce off the 12 EMA. Keep things simple. Bounce, bounce, bounce. 3 bounces, and keep things simple with the trend. Daily uptrend intact. Haven't lost it yet, so no signs of red flags. And we are still rejecting from this resistance, this mirror looking line. 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. And there's the big picture overall. If Amazon can't get over that, then once market QQ weakens, then we can probably come down to the lower range here, around 140s. At this moment, we are still in striking distance to break that resistance. Everybody V-shaped today at the end, but let's see, we're at the bottom of this sideways range right there at the end of the day. So we're still under it. So pretty much the first thing in the morning, we need to see bear show up to get this thing lower. Same thing with Apple. All right, let's take a look at Google. All right, it's a lot weaker. You can see very clear. It kind of looks like Nvidia. This is also a bear flag. Although the bounce is slightly higher than Nvidia. So we are slightly above 22% right there, but it's still not over 38% yet. So it's still a bear flag at this moment. So very key. Breaks above this little flag and bounce back above 38.2%, negate it. And we'll be testing 133. If not, this rolls over, breaks today's low. That's a confirmed bear flag. Also did bounce off of this hourly, very oversold bounce. So it makes perfect sense for it to bounce. We're at what, 13 for RSI on the hourly. So, but it already used up its first hourly bounce here on the at this whole move up. Actually, it was used up here. You guys know where I talked about the first hourly oversold, right, for QQQ? Use it over here in this V shape. On the daily, let's take a look here. So we bounced from this 131 support, which is top of this range. Yeah, Google just really likes this chop zones. So we are back into the low of this zone. If we break this zone, we're going to be looking back down as this 127 zone. Yeah, if we break below here, we're probably going to come down to 127. A little bit here, and then head lower. If the market starts to weaken, I will confirm it. Google is definitely the weaker one of the link. And Microsoft still doing its price discovery. I guess we're going to talk about price discovery with natural gas on the commodities video. And this is what it looks like when you are hitting all-time highs versus natural gas hitting all-time lows. Both are doing its price discovery. No, one is looking for resistance. One is looking for support. So nat gas is looking for support. Microsoft is looking for resistance. Can't say this 384 is it, but that's the only thing we can go off of right now. Let's say we bounce tomorrow or Monday and then hit a lower high, meaning the next high that forms, the pivot, is going to be lower than 384. Then we can safely say 384 is probably a pretty strong resistance. And then from there, we'll have to see how Microsoft retrace after how much it retraces after that rejection. But as of now, we don't even have that lower high yet for the pivot, so we can't say this is it because we can just V-shape and then Microsoft keeps going doing its price discovery mode, just like we did over here, right? This is what it looks like. If we don't have any of this chart here, this red candle is what we have over here, right? And then just the next thing you know, it V-shapes and then keeps going. So this could do exactly the same thing unless it makes it lower high. The next highest pivot is lower than the prior one. And we may start to shape up some weakness. Now, yet. But we can be a little bit more cautious due to this move here, like what QQQ did, that slight hourly downtrend. All right, let's take a look at Meta. Meta, okay, a little bit weaker as well. So Google and Meta is a little bit weaker. Google definitely the weakest. And then it would be Meta, and then it would be Amazon, and then the rest is, oh wait, Nvidia is also very weak, and then Tesla slightly, but we are back testing this uptrending support. This was the megaphone support that we had here early on. Support and resistance. I kept this resistance here just to relax, just in case we shaped and hit it. We got close here, but it looks like the support is still holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we bounced off there again. So even though this was just a here, I forgot what it was. That was earnings. Yeah. We looking at 124. Bounce over that again, and let's take a look at hourly charts. Hourly charts not looking that great, but definitely looks better than Google and Nvidia. So Google and Nvidia had that bear flag like this, formed down here, right? And then just closed down here. Versus Meta negated that bear flag and came above it. So you can see we came above this 0.382 line, which is above the yellow line. So now the bear flag is negated. Doesn't mean that we can't roll over. It just means that the probability of it just rolling over is a lot lower than Nvidia and Google now. We negating it. If Nvidia decides to roll over, Google decides to roll over, and Apple and Microsoft rolls over as well, Meta is not going to be immune to getting rollover as well, just because of this candle, right? So still got to be cautious here because we're below the 12 EMA. If we reject it here, so let's see when we touch it tomorrow, is it going to reject everything in the morning? So pretty much summary of this is bears need to show up in the morning for a lot of these resistance currently. And let's see if they can do that. If not, bulls are just going to grind higher overall. All right, that's all for you guys. And if you were to comment, share, like, and subscribe if you guys made this far or learn anything. And check out the commodities video as well. I uploaded that earlier already. And I will see you guys tomorrow, probably. And support the channel if you want for Patreon. See you guys later.